Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the Friendly Vibes.
Coming to you live from TSS Hilltop. All the way on the tippity top, I am joined by a humble man with humble roots. Actually, I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to be learning that today. He is a stand-up comedian in Denver and the new host of one of the newest shows in Denver, Witch Hunt, a variety comedy game of something, and we're going to learn about today. Ameen Mustafa is here. I guess I should start with this question, Ameen. Is it Mustafa like Lion King, or is it Mustafa like Episode 3 of Star Wars?
Mustafa like Lion King.
King in Swahili.
Yeah.
See, look at that. It's on Chris. My show's all about an ignorant statement as a joke next to an intelligent actual.
Yeah, no, it's an Egyptian name. It's actually like a thing in my family that so my dad was the oldest son, and I guess being his oldest son, I was supposed to be named Mustafa, and it like skips a generation. So like my grandpa's name Mustafa, and then his grandpa, and then it should have been me. And I think my mom was like, that's not happening.
Whoa. She put the kibosh on that one.
Yeah, I think. I'm not really sure. I never asked too many.
You never asked him about that?
Yeah. I think my dad was like, we gotta what's it called? We gotta integrate into America kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
They used to call that assimilation in a good way, right?
Yeah, that's right. Integrate. Shit.
No, but right. They used that word for 50 years as a positive, and not really in the last 10. Assimilation's not, people got in trouble for Halloween costumes and whatnot. Sombreros. Remember that?
Oh, man. Dude, there are a lot of summer days where I wore a sombrero once and I was like, I get it. This is a very functional thing.
So functional.
I feel like fashion became not about function very recent in human history, and all of those like there's a white guy who's married to a Japanese woman who lives across the hall from me, and he like speaks fluent Japanese, but he wears like I don't know what you call that hat, but you know what I mean, like the cone one. And I think it's like straw or something.
The racist hat.
Yeah. The kind of hat you can't pull off unless you speak fluent Japanese
there it is.
With your Japanese wife. He has like a Japanese dog too. He's very Japanese.
Let's just call it the full assimilation hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you've gone full assimilation. What is that hat called?
What? The little top little.
Yeah.
I only ever saw them wearing it in like Vietnam movies.
It's like a propagandized hat out the yin yang. It's been used for
like I've never seen anyone who wasn't a Viet Cong wearing it. You know what I mean?
Bingo. Yes, it's
the rice field hat. Yeah,
conical Asian hat in English, but in China it's specifically known as doli, or bamboo hat or rice hat. But like you said, the reason it's a bamboo rice hat is because it's a completely functional piece of clothing for being out in the rice fields all day trying to harvest that shit.
And they had a ton of bamboo. They were like, we got to do something with it. I feel like you can't eat bamboo, and they probably didn't have enough pandas to like... like that shit grows really quick.
So quick. It's like an aspen tree of Asian cultures, right? Does it grow in a patch like aspens, like a grove or whatever?
Similar, kind of. It's brutal though.
It like
if you gave me a fucking million guesses on how we were going to start this episode, I wouldn't have gone bamboo.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen bamboo torture.
No. Oh yeah, man! We're really going.
We're gonna have enough
terms.
like downbeat stuff this episode, Chris. I don't think you need to force it in.
I think the audience is aware of bamboo torture as a concept. I don't think we need to like introduce it.
Yeah, I've been backlogged for some time of like about a month, recording before releasing, and this one's gonna be a little closer. And this week you asked like, hey, can I get on to help talk about the show, to promote it? And we've been trying to pull this off for a minute. And it was just very ironic to me to see you this week posting about, for your witch hunt show, you were on socials like, hey, does anyone have a pitchfork? Like a real pitchfork I can borrow? Like, ooh, that's a tough look. I mean, tough week to be asking for a pitchfork.
Or a trident. I said or a trident, all right?
That's true.
I could make a trident work. It was just for a photo shoot. It didn't need to be like functional.
That's true.
And I did preface it by saying, like, I know it's not 1876, guys. Like, I know this is a big ask.
That's so funny, dude.
Dude, I was messaging, like, everyone I know in Denver who owns a home, and they're like, I live in Park Hill. Why would you think I have this? And I'm like, I don't know. You have a mortgage. I just assume you know Pitchfork people.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know. Even, like, the Pitchfork people I know, so to say, probably wouldn't fuck with a Pitchfork. Like, that, I would be hard pressed to find you a Pitchfork. I mean, and that's something I feel like that's a failure.
Yeah,
as an American.
I was going to go to Goodwill today to look for one, but I feel like
that's a better place to film some content. Go up, film yourself walking into that Goodwill and asking the person behind the counter, hey, got any pitchforks?
Dude.
Preface it. Hey, I know this week's been a little crazy. You got any pitchforks?
How much trust do you need to lend a pitchfork?
That was the question you asked it?
Yeah, 5 out of 10 trust, bro.
Will you make sure they use it for hay, not homicide? Damn, dude. I don't think they're doing background checks at Goodwill, dude. Like, push comes to shove, they'll just let you take anything there. It's like $2.99 probably.
This weekend I'm working at South, and I'm wanding everyone this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Circumstances around the individual person performing, circumstances around the world. It just feels right to go ahead and take the time to wand everyone down.
Who's at the South Club?
This weekend, Shane Smith.
I don't. If I saw a picture, I feel like I know.
He's the like kind of nerdy white comic with face tattoos that used to be in a gang.
Oh,
he has like a dry bar special. He's great.
I feel like I've seen him. Does he have the one where people message him? They're like, you don't look like you were in a gang and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I shouldn't have been in a gang.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen his clips. He looks really funny.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, so I'm wanding people last night, and I'm like, this might be the only thing where it feels really more polite to do the guy before the girl. And it's very strange because I'm gonna open the door, be a kind, gentlemanly guy, but like, I don't want to wand you first, lady. Like, let me get your bro in here.
Yeah.
Let me get the big boy.
I feel like
I don't know how to make something funny out of that, but there's something there.
Yeah, I don't know. It just if a woman's got a gun in her purse, like, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, like, I'm not gonna go digging through your purse, but like, if this guy has something, it's gonna be on his waistband. It's easy to find. Like,
right. Also, I was looking at all the bags.
Yeah. Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Dang.
Going out, even the small bags, and I would joke with the ladies. They hate this joke. I'd go like, she was like, even this one, it's so small. I'm like, well, they keep making guns smaller and smaller. They hate that joke, dude. They really hate that.
Oh my god, dude.
That's a good one.
Yeah, dude. Man, you're like doing a better job than TSA.
Well, and I was telling my coworkers, I'm like, I think I read a joke. I think this is more, and my one coworker, he's newer, and he's a little bit like, not as social. I mean, maybe not as socially strong is the right way to put it. I don't know if he would be on the spectrum or not, but like, super nice guy. He comes out and he's like, I think I got a little bit you can add to that joke if you want. And I'm like, yeah, well, tell me. He's like, if it's a couple and it's a first date, which, like, how would I know it's a first? It's like, if it's a couple and it's a first date, you could tell the woman, or you could be doing the one on the woman. You could tell the man, hey, this is closer than you're going to get tonight. I was like, how am I going to get into that? Like, I thought it would be difficult enough to like work my way into a wand joke. But like, the first date, like, I'm closer than you, bro joke? That's too much.
Dude, that's a really bad way to start a comedy show too. What are you supposed to do? Crowd work your way into finding out if it's no one wants to, like, I don't know, make casual conversation with the person wanding
also,
them.
Yeah. He's like thinking that I'm gonna. Well, I mean, hang on. I'll push back there. I mean, my Midwestern roots. Someone gave me a rip of their dab pen.
Oh, okay.
I talked to someone about their truck and this flashlight lighter I was going to buy all these groomsmen of mine, So like, yeah, I'm finding a way to make conversation. You'd be surprised, I guess.
See, I guess it's just because like being like half Egyptian and all, and just like all of the times getting stopped by TSA, like anytime a security person like starts making conversation during like a pat down or something, I'm like, oh, this is not going to be a 5-second thing. Like, is something else going to be coming?
It's usually drawn out. It's a symptom of more to come.
Yeah, because I got like half detained in the Paris airport, like, because
you look like someone I would detain. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Like, if I'm like picking people out of the lineup to detain, it's just a safe bet to go with you. You're tall, well built, look like you could use your hands for good or bad things.
Dude, it's even like worse than that, dude. so like we're going to Cairo.
Okay.
So we're like layover in Paris and like scanning into Paris. There's an issue, but they're like, whatever. You came from DC. We trust American TSA. Going into Cairo, there's no issue. But Cairo to Paris, like we left the airport, whatever. But then we're trying to get back into, you know what I mean? Through TSA to like get the last leg of the flight.
So you had to pre-clear customs from in London.
Yeah. Or no, sorry, Paris. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, Paris. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this the customs for U.S. customs now in Paris?
Yeah. We're like trying to go through and scan the passport, and they have this weird digital thing where the camera's not working for me, and they're like, "Oh, it's because you're too tall." And I'm like, "Whatever."
Yeah.
And then they have this issue, and the woman behind the screen is like staring at it, and then this guy comes over, and she's like asking me questions, but she doesn't know enough English to interrogate me. You know, like, where were you born? And I'm like, Virginia. She was like, where's that? I was like, the United States. It says on my passport. And she goes, are you Lebanese? And I go, no. She goes, have you ever served in the Lebanese army?
And then she goes, let me D's these nuts. She's like, oh, she got me. Oh!
Dude. Oh,
that would be the craziest D's nuts.
Oh my God. If someone...
You're free to go, sir.
Dude,
Steve-O comes out of the back with the camera.
Dude, if someone D's nutted me and like English wasn't their first language, like that is, dude, that's like the shot that took out Charlie Kirk. You know, that's 200 yards through the jugular. Like, damn.
Yeah, precision.
Like, man, they must. If that woman had set up that interaction for that, I would be like, fuck you for that. But also, I kind of respect it. Like,
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
So she's asking about Lebanon.
Yeah, she's like, have you ever served in the Lebanese army? And I'm like, no. And then this guy comes over and he looks at the screen. He starts talking to me, and he's like, it's cool, you're clear, it's whatever. And so I talked to him. I'm like, what was that all about? Because there's like a little issue getting into Paris last time. And he goes, you have the same name as someone, but you're not that person. And, you know, it just like, it flags on the screen, but it's whatever. We just have to like do it. And then they like, we're going through, dude, Paris airport sucks because like it's full of French people and like, they don't understand. You don't have to be cool at the airport. You don't have to wear like 9 rings at the airport. You don't have to have like 6 scarves and 3 overcoats.
If you're French, you do, bro.
And then it's just like so many cigarettes and stuff. But
you never believe it, Ameen, but when I was a child traveling with my family, I had the exact same thing inside the United States happen to me. Because my name's Sean Connolly, and apparently some Irish patriot fought for his freedoms here or abroad and had the same name. So I'm like a 6-year-old being, sorry, you're on the no-fly list. Step aside so we can have this conversation.
Oh, man.
Like with my red-ass fucking rosy cheeks. Girls in elementary, you wearing blush? And then I go to TSA, you're on the no-fly list.
All about the AR-80s you sent.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Brown.
Yeah, so terrorism. Oh, is this our lawn care team we're hearing?
What?
Is this the lawn care team?
No, is that a helicopter? Is it coming for us?
Should we pause for the lawn care team? How close are we on these wing flip?
5 minutes.
Okay. We'll push through. Just know that this audio is not the greatest for this next 5 minutes.
Okay.
If it starts getting...
We can always chop cut.
Nah, we're going to chop cut. It's too much.
Chop cut? Alright, that's fine.
We love you, folks. We're going to flip these wings and give you better audio quality on the other side.
All right.
And come back with more domestic informed terrorist TSA stories, surely. And we're going to learn more why the Paris airport's bad. It goes more deeper than just French people, folks.
Oh, no. I mean, the French people are a big part of it.
Have you listened to radio before in your life?
Yeah.
I'm going to kick us to break with our signature station identification. You're listening to 91.1. Oh, shit. Was that another plane? We'll be right back. We're back. We're live. Yeah, I don't know, man. Chefs and water. You don't want to be a chef on a plane or for rich people.
I don't think the clam chowder recipe was good enough to like warrant killing someone. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's got to be. I would love someone to do the exhaustive research of like per capita job outcome. I'm connected to one of the most powerful people in the world versus I'm an oil miner, or like a rigger. You know, I think it's more dangerous to be like working in DC. I don't know. Maybe that's just maybe they don't talk about the oil people that die enough. That's why.
Yeah, I don't think that makes the news.
No, it doesn't. Happens all the time. Fair enough. Back to TSA and terrorism
Oh, dude.
in the Paris airport.
So I go through the thing, you know, after they scan my passport, the manager comes over. He's like, yeah, you're obviously not this guy.
You don't look nearly cool enough.
Yeah, but then they must have been able, I don't know how they do it. They must be able to like flag from the passport scanning thing, because like they went through, I had like a carry-on, and they went through every single individual item and scanned it and swabbed it. And then they went through like my toiletry, you know, like all my toothpaste and my razors and stuff, and swabbed all that stuff. But
Whoa.
but they kept asking, like, has anyone touched this bag? No. So all of this your stuff, yeah. And I'm like, it's just jackets and wires and like chargers. But they wouldn't hear. Dude, like I've been pulled aside before, and they'll scan your hand or something once or twice, the bomb residue thing. But they were like, they scanned my shoes, my waistband, all around. They got like pretty high up in the crotch, which is like, I've only had that happen in the Boston airport, but I feel like that's a Catholic thing. And then like,
That's hilarious.
dude, that was a very unsettling moment where I was like, did you just like fucking grope me just
And
now?
then he goes,
Hey, man.
Yeah. But yeah, like I have nothing on me. They just like go through all of my stuff and swab everything. And it was just like a whole thing. But then we get home and I Google various spellings of my full name, and I share a name, a first, middle, and last name with a 71-year-old, I think it's like a Hamas Financier or something. And yeah, that's really, and I was also like seat 51H, which is literally like
the worst seat on the plane.
it was the very back of the row in a middle seat, literally the cheapest seat. Like I've tried to make jokes about this. Like I couldn't even rush the first class bathroom, let alone like the cockpit. Like a finance dude, you can't be a financier and be taking like, you know what I mean, the cheapest seat on a flight. That's like like an Instagram hustler thing. Like, yeah, I'm a finance, you know what I mean? That's the guy who like takes pictures out the window and is like, I fly private only. Like,
Exactly.
yeah. And that was just very, it was
Just
also,
imagine the hassles you would have had if you'd been Mustafa.
oh my God. Yeah, dude, that would have been,
You come back to your parents like, thank you for not.
yeah. Like I would have been selling perfume at a kiosk or something.
Good
Yeah.
smell, good smell.
Yeah. But yeah, dude.
Dude, you would have been so good at that. You could have been the best. You could have been working at the biggest mall in the world doing that. I wonder how much those guys make at like a really high-end mall. They got to be turning around some money because it must cost a lot to be in that space.
Yeah, it's probably all just like
A front.
I was gonna say just it's almost like door-to-door sales in a way.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's probably all just commission based and
Oh, super.
For sure.
dude.
But if you're really successful, if you're really good at it, like I'm sure some of those dudes have to be. I mean, they got to be making $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Works for Gucci. Base pay $38,000. She clears $160K a year.
Wait. Say that again.
My cousin works for Gucci.
Your cousin worked for Gucci.
Retail sales.
Retail, yeah.
38,000 base salary.
Starting.
Base pay.
Yeah.
Like that's just what everyone makes. She clears $168K a year.
Dang.
Off commissions.
That was her last year.
Just commissions.
$168,000. Yeah.
Nice, dude. Cleared.
Is she
Like
selling like,
post-tax.
Yeah.
is this
Nice.
like perfume
That's
or
really good, though.
is this all Gucci?
Like high-end clothing for people.
Where? What city?
It's in the Cherry Mills Mall here.
Here.
Oh,
That's
shit.
Here.
That's not even in like a high-end boutique
That's-
in New York.
I didn't
Well-
know that there was such a market for Gucci here. Everyone's wearing like
Cherry Creek or
Cherry Mills
or
in Lakewood.
okay, yeah.
But I
Cherry
think
Mills? That's
like
not right. It's
people
something
with
else.
No business going in.
Something else. It's not Cherry Mills, isn't it? Isn't it something else? Look it up.
Something like that.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's gonna eat at me though. Just look it up. It's not Mill. It's something else. Mills. Yeah, whatever. It's not that
Lakewood
important.
Mall name.
But yeah, sorry. Continue.
No, that's fascinating. So yeah, retail jobs. I guess you can't make some.
Yeah. What is
Something with Mills. Just write that.
I think you have to specify Colorado.
Mills. How hard would it? Colorado Mills.
Oh.
You said Cherry Mills.
Is that
I knew
like
it wasn't
a-
cherry.
Growing up we had Potomac Mills in Potomac. Why are
Where are you
malls
from?
mills?
That's a great aside. Thank you. Well done.
Grew up in Northern Virginia.
Oh,
in
right
Manassas.
around the dangerous assistance jobs.
Yeah.
You have lots of opportunity to die in a short body of water there.
Yeah, so my mom was like a lawyer for the Red Cross, and
Jesus, that's a tough job.
she would handle like, you know, people donate a lot of money to the Red Cross and stuff, and they leave money in their wills, and so she would like handle the legal side of that.
Whoa.
But she would tell me that like, you know, politician who's, born into incredible like amount of money, and they're just trying to like I don't know, try and fix the world and trying to like use the Red Cross as their like vehicle for like philanthropy. And she would just tell me like, these people have never like interacted with the world. Like, you're just talking to them and it's like very obvious that they think like, a Big Mac costs like $17 in 2003 kind of thing. And like just totally disconnected from reality, but at the same time being like, I have money so I can save the world.
Yeah, I went to public school in Boulder, Colorado. I think I know what you're talking about.
I mean, I also went to public school.
No, but it's kind of the whole thing of like this idea of we are good in all the ways and at all times, and like, but there's this disconnect between like the real people of America and what you're going through in life. Yeah,
just like,
and it's to an even bigger degree around DC because power is also involved. It's not just money and wealth; it's power too now.
It's also interesting being in the DC area because like a lot of people go to work for like Raytheon, and they'll be like, well, it's it's very stable employment. You're working for the federal government, like, it's recession proof, like, it's good career opportunities. Like, yeah,
isn't that crazy bombs are recession proof?
Yeah, I mean, not if you think about it. Everyone will always find money to kill someone else.
Yeah,
the U.S. government will never not find money to fund some war, which is like pretty crazy. But
Venezuela's up next.
Yeah, I saw we have a bunch of like battleships or some shit around there now, and it's like
stop narco-terrorism, which is like essentially the entirety of Venezuela. So.
But it's also too just like all of that stuff.
Hang on, let me push back against my producer's assertion that all of Venezuela is narco-terrorism.
No, I mean,
is that most of their economy?
Well, because of the sanctions and like on their oil and stuff.
Oh, right, because they were connected to Russia in some way, right?
But also, like they're I read stories. They're like hiding gold in Russia and stuff, and assets they don't want the U.S. government to storm the country and steal. But also, like,
yeah, you can't be close with Russia, China, and Iran. We're not cool with that.
Yeah,
that's kind of like a
that's a non-starter,
hard line in the sand, so to say. Like we don't.
But
we don't even recognize their president. Like America says Venezuela's a narco state, not me.
Good.
I mean,
good
they do like use their army and their air force to like clear flights from Colombia and be like, this is a legitimate plane full of like legitimate cargo, and then it lands in Miami and it's just full of coke. But like, at the highest levels, they'll write that stuff off. They'll do whatever paperwork, and I don't know if it's like a narco state, but it's definitely like.
I mean, that's like these sound like narco state things.
Yeah, I mean, he said like they were raising an army like of like 8 million people to fight the U.S. Maduro said that.
Oh, that's never gonna happen.
No. But I mean, the fact that they're like, because of this, like,
I don't know, dude. If they team up with the South Side of Chicago,
these dictators can never ever build the armies they want, because once the army gets a certain size, they're like, oh shit, this could very easily turn against me. I have to have a purge of everyone now, and then eventually people are like,
or they purge against them before it gets exactly, or that exact thing they're worried about happens.
It's always interesting reading about like the change of power in autocracies, because it's always the most violent and like.
You hear about Nepal? Have you read about Nepal this week? Okay, so for people that don't know, this week in Nepal, the young people. So here, actually, I took a screenshot of a good rundown that I liked.
I saw they voted for, what was it? Dude, the pictures coming. Is this mic good, by the way?
Yeah, you're doing great. You sound great.
The pictures coming out are so fucking hard.
Okay, here's a really top level rundown. So a bunch of teens and early 20s in Nepal planned a social movement against the current regime of Nepal on social issues and economic insecurities and inequalities. Mm-hmm. And they did this using social media tools, networking apps, things like this. So the government got wind of it and that it was growing. And so the government of Nepal says, all right, we're geo-blocking these social media. They're not allowing them anymore. Like TikTok ban instituted type thing.
Yeah.
The young people get more angry. They start protesting. The government can't handle these protests. So then they lift their social media ban, but that doesn't help anything. People just use it to organize more and more. They burn down the parliament building. They burn down the prime minister's house. They beat the shit out of the finance minister in the streets, and they kill the prime minister's wife.
Ooh, that's
prime minister's son's hotel.
And then the kids elect their own prime minister on a Discord server.
Is that being recognized?
And the ex-chief justice of the Supreme Court was the guy they elected. He was part of the 1990 revolution that ended the monarchy. And the army head then acknowledged the validity of this Discord vote.
Dang.
And they're now meeting with these new interim PMs to discuss elections for leadership going forward. It's crazy, dude.
Usually in that situation, the army moves in and is like, there's a state of emergency. We can't do democracy for another 30 years. And like, man, that's pretty awesome. It turned out that way. The pictures coming out are so awesome.
Oh my gosh.
If I'm ever in front of a burning building, I'm definitely getting pictures with my friends. Like, just the pictures are so fucking hard.
Were
like
you not around for 2020?
I was, but yeah, I didn't want to like take pictures. I wasn't trying to take any selfies. I did see some people like show up with cameras, and I was like, "Are you like a narc or something?" Like,
there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Yeah, they tried the whole Tiananmen Square thing, and it just made them all mad.
Yeah, they literally did that.
19 people before that.
Yeah. They were pretty pushed. They did the whole pushback thing.
Anytime the people are willing to take to the street, like knowing that, like, hey, there's a very real chance that they like, I mean, there was a realistic chance they got gunned down or something, or shots were fired, or, you know, military is like, we're putting an end to this.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime it gets that bad, it's like, yeah, they probably had some very legitimate grievances.
Well, some people are saying, like, sources are saying at least 50 people died, actually.
That's scary, man.
Like 400 people got shot. It was like a big issue. Like, they were shooting at everybody in the streets.
Yeah,
Dang.
Youth organization is like, it's scary when it happens in bad ways.
Well,
I mean, it can happen in great ways like this. I mean, hopefully this new government they set up is less, but we don't know if that's the case until it happens, right?
Yeah.
It could be one of these idealistic things where they're, you know,
it could very easily
lofty
be
ideals, and they end up not actually following through, and the problems that they were upset about that led to the revolution are just going to be worse after.
Fingers
or maybe
crossed
the
that doesn't
government
happen.
comes in, the hegemonic government, the United States of the world says, oh, we'd like to use this for something.
Well,
And they'll put someone in there.
Maybe Nepal will unify and settle their differences and come up.
How does China feel about all this?
they don't like it. China and India, I know that they have a little bit of a proxy thing in Nepal. I don't think the U.S. is going to get involved because there's no oil over there. There's no rare earth metals, I think. I mean,
This would be the only administration that it could happen, because I could see Trump being like, they've got the biggest mountain. I want the mountain.
yeah, it's like this buffer state that they do not...
No oil, but there's a mountain there.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, too, is like, yeah, the Chinese are going to swoop in because they need that Belt and Road money.
Which is almost why I think we would have then an influence of like, intelligence would have an influence in wanting to make sure they had a connection to the leadership of the new Nepalese government.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, it's very hard to imagine the U.S. government putting in a lot of effort for something when there's not oil in play. You know what I mean?
That's fair. So you were around hard work and government work then via your mom's work at the Red Cross as a lawyer from an early age. Did that make you interested in government, the news, and the world around her?
I was kind of interested in the news because, like, especially as we got older and, like, when the Republicans shut down the House the first time during Obama's term, and just, like, that had a ripple effect in the local economy that, like, some small businesses just, like, didn't recover from. And I don't know, it was just like the whole thing of like, oh, you're just gonna like withhold the paychecks of everyone in this area who works here, and like you're just gonna shaft all of these people for like, because you don't agree with, what was it at the time, giving them healthcare or some shit. And like,
Yeah, I think that was over Obamacare.
yeah, and it was that was pretty eye-opening. Also, Jon Stewart was on all the time in our house. The Colbert Report. I should have brought it, but like my dad as a gift, and then I like immediately took it. I was like, this is the funniest thing ever. The Daily Show made a hardcover textbook called what is it? Democracy, a Citizen's Guide to, or America, a Citizen's Guide to Democracy in Action. And in the front, they have, remember in the textbook where you would write your name and stuff? They had that. And it just like had the feel of a legitimate textbook. And even in 2003, they're talking about like the consolidation of media and like, you know, how do how do you rank the importance of various media stories? Like 2.5 murdered white girls is equal to like 1 Michael Jackson allegation and stuff like that. And they had one of my favorite things. They had a blank map of North Africa and the Middle East. And it was like a homework assignment where it says, just draw whatever borders you want. Make up any countries you want and see if you can solve this problem. Don't worry if you get it wrong. The British and the Americans didn't have any remorse about it.
Whoa.
And
yeah, dude, that's the way to look at history through satire.
Yeah.
It's a great way to learn it as a kid.
It was just like very I don't know. It was just a very eye-opening thing because like The Simpsons was also very satirical of like, I don't know. I weirdly knew a lot about Kennedy at a young age just from Mayor Quimby.
Yes.
And it's just like 6th graders shouldn't know this much about like Kennedy's scandals kind of thing.
Right. That's how I became like early socialized with what had happened in history and the news in the world of like The Simpsons. Like
Pretty
I would
much.
know about something that was at the dinner table conversation, but not really because I only knew about it through The Simpsons.
Oh, dude, in 2nd grade, we were talking about like windmills and stuff, and our teacher drew just like the towers from a nuclear plant on the board, and she was like, does anyone know what this is? And me and my friend were like, that's a nuclear plant. She's like, how do you know that? And we're like, Homer Simpson works there. And I think she like called home to our parents to be like, you know, your kids are watching The Simpsons, right?
Jeez.
Dude, I'm pretty sure the first time I think I bought a book off of Amazon.
Now teachers won't even call home to tell their parents that their kids are changing genders. Okay, sorry. Should have just left it be.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I had a teacher like call home to be like, you know, your kid like ordered a book on the internet, like your credit card info's out there, and it was like a Harry Potter book or something. But that was like early days of internet when like
yeah, how old were you? So you got to see more stuff than we did.
Yeah, but I also like I was always outside. Like I didn't really get into the internet until I was like 17 or 18 when I got an iPhone.
Okay,
and it was like the internet was in my hand, but it was like I'm not gonna like sit in my kitchen on a desktop computer.
So you like read books growing up and stuff?
Pretty much. And I was just like always outside. I
love the outdoors too.
Yeah, my brother and I were those kids who were like covered in poison ivy all summer.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Especially in Virginia, that's like not the greatest place to be an outside kid, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean it's great, but it's also like they're going to get some shit on you.
Oh, dude. I mean, I once got poisoned. This is going to Bonnaroo 2013, like the day before I got really bad poison ivy, and just standing in the crowd in the heat.
Oh my God,
I think made it like bubble up. Well, it was already pretty bad and bubbly before. I would get like the welts, dude. I could bounce a quarter on there multiple times.
Brother.
Dude, I couldn't put my finger between it. I mean, I used to have permanent scars. It looked like you've ever seen someone like after cupping?
Yeah.
That's for probably like 5 or 6 years. I had scars that looked like I just got really bad cupping.
There you
like
are.
all over my ankles and my legs and stuff. But yeah, the police like pulled our car out of there's a big line to get in. And,
give me the second photo. What are you doing?
They're like,
that's America.
They're like, what's it called? Do you have any drugs? And they're searching through our car and stuff. But they pat me down. And the guy like feels, because I'm wearing long pants because I didn't want to look at the like fucking bell-bulls and shit. And the guy's like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, poison ivy. And he goes, really? And he rolls up my like pant leg and he saw it. And I actually heard him gag. Like they just sent us through.
Oh,
but yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, I used to get poison ivy all the time.
Brutal. So would you guys camp or just like outside all the time?
Just outside all the time.
Hell
Always trying to like fish with like a ruler and some yarn, or like
really
building a tree house with like driftwood basically.
Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
Trying to like build slingshots out of just like the tools we could find. We read, what is that book with the falcon on the cover? Is it Hatchet?
Mm-hmm.
I read it like Hatchet in 4th grade, and I was like, I could totally do this in the woods by like my house in suburban Virginia.
Cover of Hatchet. Yeah.
Oh, was it Gary Paulson? Dude, how do you remember that?
It's ChatGPT. It remembers everything.
No, I mean he put that in. Yeah, I was like, he's 13. He could, if he could do it, I could do it.
Yeah, that's right.
If he can do it, I can do
That's
it.
right.
I
He crashes
legitimately
the
thought,
Bush plane. He like, oh yeah, the pilot has a heart attack.
but it was also too, I didn't realize that so much of that was necessity. And I was like, I could do this without any sort of like, I could build a fire without, you know, the need for a fire. I'd just figure it out. And then after like 5 minutes, I was like, this is dumb.
Like, damn, that drive thing really
Yeah.
is part of the equation here.
Necessity is really the mother of all invention.
God,
But yeah, dude. Do you like, man.
what a great book. Yeah, that is a great book about the outdoors. I read Into Thin Air. That was a favorite one of mine.
I don't know if I read that one.
Krakauer. John Krakauer. It's about Everest and a bunch of people dying on the mountain and stuff. It's sick. Even now, you should read that book. It's sick.
Okay.
It's like a real story.
Dude, I've seen like videos of people hiking on Everest and they're like kind of doing this, you know, they're like walking on this line sort of, and you don't notice it until a few seconds in and it's like, oh, there's just a stationary person and it's just, oh, that's a dead person there. And everyone's just like going around them because you can't bring them down.
Oh no.
And but it's like there are some, you know, like people have fallen off the mountain, but there's also like you walk around dead people, or at least in that clip. Oh god, yeah. Why are
ChatGPT wasn't about it, bro.
dude, why are they acting like we couldn't just find this on Instagram or something? This is a click-based business, guys. Don't have morals.
You know what we need to do? We need to switch to Grok.
Oh.
We need to stop paying for this and just pay for Grok. For better or for worse, I think. It'll at least show us the dead people on Everest.
Is this going down? I can't tell.
Oh, maybe a little bit. Hang on.
Slowly but surely. It's okay. You're still with me.
I got off Twitter in like 2017. And that was
Hang on. I accidentally muted you.
I got off Twitter in 2017, and it was like one of the best things I ever did.
Yeah.
I got off Reddit a few years ago too.
Oh,
and
that's
that was
a good-
great.
Probably smart.
Yeah. I mean, I am on Instagram too much, but like at least I'm looking at like content that's like trying to make me laugh, or like football highlights, or you know, like 2000s Premier League highlights or some shit. But like Reddit is just, I don't know. It's like I kind of.
It's kind of like anything where it's like, what are you using it for? You know, and it's like easier to use it for nefarious or harmful things.
It's almost like I understand why we need anonymity on the internet, but also like it's like, hey, like Reddit is kind of proof that like some of you are, you know, like you should have to like put your name beside what you're saying.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. There are a lot of people where it's like, do you actually believe this, or are you just like bored on the internet right now?
Well, that's why I like, you know, have such an affinity for long form. Like I care more about like, it's tough for me to post the clips and do the clips, and I understand that's part of my business and I have to do it. I have to get better at it. And it's, you know, those hours are things I have to put towards, but I fucking don't care about it at all. And I only really want the time in looking into your eyes in the room with you, conversing with you. Like, this is why we do the show. So you could tell me or push back on like why I might be wrong about an idea or your experience I don't know about. Like that's the meat and potatoes of the thing.
Yeah.
Of this like cool human thing I get to do. And, you know, being online in the comments doesn't, you know, bring any type of close value towards that at all.
It also, I feel like you weren't. So much of social media, like Reddit and Twitter, it's like, hey, these are supposed to be inside thoughts. And like, you're not supposed to have access to everyone's inside thoughts about you. And like, sometimes you'll just like, you ever like watch a comedy special on YouTube and you go through the comments and people are like, the lighting is weird. Or like, why did you choose that background? And it's like, I don't know. We've just like conditioned people to like, you have to have an opinion on everything. And if you can't find one, it's like easier to find a negative one than a positive one. And like, you're just seeing people be like I was watching a Phil Hanley special a while ago and people in the comments were talking about the background of it. And it's like, you are really digging deep. Like, you didn't have to post this. You could have just said that you thought it was funny and moved on. You could have just liked it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, is there any value in the comments, in like reading the comments if you're doing a creative thing? Like, I think the data is probably there that like, no, like you really have to push into, and it's the same argument that like, you know, great creators will talk about, like Rick Rubin or whatever. This guy that people with talent and art that he'll never get close to just wanted him in the room with them because he added so much value with his unfiltered opinion, basically, and lens towards the world. If that guy's, growing up reading comments while trying to get an ear for the world, he never becomes worth being in the room with those talented people.
Yeah.
And man, if you're a kid that's been on the internet and on social media since inception and you don't view it as a separate thing, if the internet is life and life is the internet, if they're an integrated thing, it's even harder, I think. It's even harder for those kids to have a fair shake at carving out a unique person. And every single unique person that is going to add value to this world by being their unique person is not going to be for everyone.
Yeah.
You're always going to have someone asking about the background. And you're always going to be like, why the fuck do they care about the background?
Yeah.
So
maybe
it's tough.
I feel like there are real comments in an aggregate sense that matter, but like individually they do not.
Do you? So if you had, I don't know. And do you think that if you had like a bunch of people flow in, you post a thing that you think is funny or you think is important in whatever way, let's just make it topical because I think it's easy to make this example. You post a reaction to the news this week of Charlie Kirk being assassinated, and you give like a thoughtful, maybe a little bit funny, maybe it's got, complexity of the unique person that you are in your reaction, and you get an aggregate pushback against this reaction that you had. I don't know if you changing going forward, to some degree, you should care about those comments and the aggregate reaction. But I think to maybe a bigger degree, like you're doing yourself a disservice in carving out your unique personhood by
that one
caving to the aggregate. I don't know. It's tough.
If I was like putting out a comment on something, I think that's different than like putting out content.
Okay.
Like if I put out like a reel of comedy I did at Comedy Works, and the overwhelming like aggregate of comments was like either, this is good, you should explore this concept more, or like, I don't know. I feel like if a lot of people pick up on something, or, this has been done before, or this is similar to another joke, or, you could work on your delivery or something, or your stage presence. I don't know. I feel like individually those comments don't matter, but if you got like, if 30 of 100 comments are like
about your stage presence, let's just say,
like, hey man, you stand weird on stage, you look uncomfortable on stage, then there's like here's my just devil's advocate trying to battle for you as an opposition argument. Wouldn't you already know that you need to work on your stage presence posting that clip if 30 of the 100 reactions are about your stage presence? Yeah, that's something that I feel like
but wouldn't you because you're so like examining of it, right? You seem like you're thoughtful about this thing to the degree that you're willing to take someone else's opinion on what you're putting out, thoughtfully. I think you're already gonna be across that, though.
I think there's value in listening to opinions, at least just to see like where things, especially in comedy, because like there are so many people where it's just, in the open mic setting where they'll say something, they'll be like, oh, like, people are getting mad, or they're gonna, they don't like what I have to say. And it's like, you didn't say comedy though. You just like said you know what I mean? You just like said something like very hateful, but you didn't tell a joke.
Bingo.
And I think it's like worth knowing where things land, but like knowing that, how do I put this? I don't know. Just, you know what I mean? It's like, you remember that tank game where there's like the hill in the middle and you have to adjust like for power and angle, and it's like
it gives you some feedback. You need a little feedback.
You need to see the smoke of the missile hitting the tank to know you hit it, like you need to, I don't know. I also think there's value in like, hey, this played well in the room, does it play well outside of the room? But yeah, I don't know. I think that photos of chicken wings.
See, interesting. I don't know.
Jamie would never do this.
No. He's hinting at us.
Oh, dude, yeah. So my pandemic story about wings, dude. I used to work for this software company. And,
what were you doing?
I was just like an entry-level coder for them. Dude, so we have like a daily check-in meeting around lunchtime. I'm really hungry. Tim Robinson, we can't skip lunch, obviously. I just ordered a bunch of wings from somewhere. I don't remember where. And I muted myself because I was like, I don't want to, no one needs to hear me eating the wings. But like,
You think?
someone's like talking, about like high level like software architecture on an app, like, like real shit. And my boss interrupts him to just go, "Hey, Ameen, you can eat those, camera off." Just like, man, pink miss, dude. Like, man, I didn't know that.
Fatality.
Pretty much, dude. That was just like a very sobering moment. And then,
so you don't think you need to eat the wings on camera? You don't think people should go to patreon.com/intolerable and see and hear you eat these wings?
People, look, if people want that, they can see it.
For just $2 a month for lifetime access to all of our content, right?
Oh my God.
To keep the show 100% ad-free, to keep you great guests like you coming on here with unfiltered thoughts, they should go to patreon.com/intolerable.
They absolutely should. All right.
But
I have a very unique way of eating the wing where I just chomp into it like a lion and then I just like eat the bones as well, like a, kind of like a hyena would, I think. It's very painful to pass. There's a lot of sharp edges.
I have to do one thing real quick. But before we have one other.
No, dude.
We have hands stuck, ticker gun tickless. Your face, the face is all fucked. No, we're not talking about your ex or that love of your life across the room. We're talking watches, folks. A few weeks ago, me and I found myself getting prepared to tie the knot. Getting married without my uncle's watch on my wrist wasn't going to work. What did work was going to New Way Watch Repair in DTC. Right Times, Williams Jewelers. What am I, a fucking boomer millionaire? No, God. I just need a new battery without all the rigmarole I was getting from these big box stores. So I thought, no way am I going to get this figured out in time. All it took me was a new way of thinking and one trip to New Way Watch Repair. And when you know it, this tag says you're it. They paid me nothing for the ad, but this dude is like just got in the little office building and he deserves your business. And seriously though, these big box stores, if you need a new watch battery, something, go there. Go to New Way. That's my ad read for New Way Watch. I wrote that for them. It's okay, I think. Could have delivered it a little better, a little more confidence.
Hey, like we're all learning.
I'm looking at Chris. He gave me a little doubt in his eyes. He's like, let's get to the chicken.
I didn't know what was happening.
He didn't know what was happening. Neither did you, audience. But now I'll tell you what's happening. We're about to eat. And if you want to hear the eating, you're going to join us over at patreon.com/intolerable. We love you. Come eat with us. Break bread. You want to give us a kick to break with a station identification? Make one up on the fly? Give me one, Ameen.
Hold on. Oh my God, I haven't listened to the radio. You're listening to 91.1, the only radio station in the air. Fuck, that doesn't make sense. Whatever.
What do you mean?
That was awesome. Be right back. We're back. We're live. It's the After Hours Show. Man, did we have some good wings today.
Ooh.
If you want to hear that and see that this time, head over to patreon.com/intolerable. It's time for a wing review.
They were very, very good, but I still feel self-conscious about how I ate them, so don't, judge me too hard, people on the Patreon. I eat how I eat, all right?
Yeah, no comments about Ameen's eating habits of wings, please. We're building him up today, folks.
Yeah. I mean, I've already had, multiple people be like, hey, you don't have to eat in front of us.
I wasn't offended. Maybe.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, no, I think maybe you pair it with the conversations we were having, and then it doesn't become so offensive you're eating. Again, patreon.com/intolerable. We appreciate you helping keep our show ad-free.
Mm-hmm.
And putting more meat in the mouths of lovely guests like Ameen.
Mm-hmm.
You have a show that you've created, a new idea. I'm interested to hear about what this is. Witch Hunt.
Yeah. So it's going to be, oh shit, did I just get, no, I didn't get sauce in my eye. All right. That would be a great way to, that'd be a great way to start the pod. Just be slowly, my face turning red. Witch Hunt's going to be a lot of fun. It's, I still haven't nailed the elevator pitch for it, but basically
Here, dude, then don't give me the elevator. Give me the inception of the idea. Where'd it come from? Were you sitting around whittling your thumbs?
I was sitting around talking to another comic about how
dangerous
there should be a story-based game show, and
Story Wars,
kind of.
Oh, it's kind of like Story Wars,
pretty much, yeah.
Dope.
And I was trying to explain the concept to him, and he just wasn't getting it.
Okay,
and it made me really angry. And he was like, "Well, what you're describing, I don't think anyone's going to watch a show where, you know, I don't speak for like 10 straight minutes. And I was like, you're one of the most boring people I've ever met. Don't speak for 10 straight minutes on this show. And then he was like, well, I'm going to make the show the right way. And I was like, I got to get on this first. And then I found out months later that he did not remember that conversation after he left the bar. And I had like this whole, like, I got to be first on this thing.
Who was it? It was your buddy?
Yeah, I don't want to say, I don't like saying names of comics and stuff unless it's positive. I do have positive things to say, but I don't want to like...
No, that's fine.
Yeah. No, I mean...
Is he doing another show as well like it now?
No.
Okay.
He totally gave up on that idea once, I think,
Gotcha.
he walked away from the conversation. I don't think he remembers it at all.
Just one weird conversation then.
Pretty much. But yeah, it's going to be a lot like Story Wars. You submit stories, they're read aloud. And then the final round is going to be like a blue turtle shell thing where it'll be 2 truths, 1 lie.
Okay.
And so like you'll know who the author is, but you won't know who the lie is. And that should make it easier for everyone else to team up on whoever's in first, you know? Just a real nice blue turtle shell, you know?
Yeah.
Enough game shows and just like sports in general, like
someone gets really far ahead and there's no reclaiming it.
Well, I mean, I don't want to praise North Korea anything too much, but their basketball rules are like superior to ours. Like you lose a point every time you miss a free throw. I think 3-pointers become worth 4 points in like the last 2 minutes. You know what I mean?
Like that. Hyperinflation in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, dude, the NFL would be so much better if during the 2-minute warning they were like, hey, there's no like what's it called? Unnecessary roughness or intentional grounding.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like also the defense is playing with 10 men on the field. Like we just want to see like that 13-second Chiefs Bills game every single time.
Right. So you're trying to do that within this context of the show.
Yeah, I want it to be very, very chaotic. And there are like no rules other than, you know, the stories you submit stories, they have to be true. But like, I just think it's really fun to trick people when there's nothing at stake. You know what I mean? Like not like trick people and then a fight starts and they get their ass kicked because
for non-nefarious reasons.
That happened once. I did that once in middle school. I didn't think the guy would act on it.
What, you tricked someone and they fought?
I told someone that someone was like, the guy was kind of shit talking his girlfriend.
Okay.
But it's like, hey, this is 6th grade and I didn't think like you're going to do anything serious. And then he like jumped the guy and beat him up. He's like, that's what you get for shit talking my girlfriend. And it was something really dumb. Like the guy was calling her a bitch for not letting him copy her homework or something like that. And that was a moment where I was like, oh, I got to be careful about what I say. But
interesting. And you were being the bitch by telling.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. That one I didn't. All right, that one was a bad example.
No, you're a kid. I'm not coming at you there. Sorry,
but that one wasn't really trickery. I guess a better example, like through. Yeah, that one was actually just me stirring the pot. Now that I think about
somewhere
it.
deep in your subconscious, there was some nefarious you wanting to get with the girl.
No.
Okay. I'm trying, folks.
Dude. No, I went to. It was like a K through 12 thing with everyone.
Okay.
So it was like,
whoa.
You know, you couldn't ever get too cool because it was like we all remember when you pissed your pants in 1st grade.
Whoa, yeah.
And it's like kind of hard to be. You know, there were some girls where it's like, man, I remember you used to like eat pencils or paper or something, you know, like it's really hard to see you as hot when I know that you used to eat paper.
Wow, interesting.
I don't know, but that's just me. I also didn't want to be close with any of it. But my high school was really terrible. We don't have to get into that, but
okay, no, we don't have to.
Like, I guess a better example of just loving to trick people is like throughout my life, starting in like maybe like 2nd grade, I've convinced multiple people that like, you know, there's little people and then there's people with dwarfism. And the difference is people with dwarfism can see in infrared vision. And that doesn't seem like something that should like, you know, like gingers, like this was when I got older. I'd be like, you know, people with red hair, you know, they need more anesthesia than other people when they go under for surgery. So like, you know, there's vast differences in people, even just, you know, and when there's no genetic stuff involved. And somehow I've just convinced people of that before.
That's fun.
Yeah, and it's always just a
so it's like it's like phrenology but in a playful way.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
one
like
time,
playful fake phrenology.
Dude, one time in high school there was this girl who I kind of like had a crush on, and she was just kind of using me to copy off my homework, and she was doing it in the worst possible way of like, hey, I can't find the answer to this one. And it would just be like, she would do that question by question. I'd be like, what? Like, just like come out and say that you need the answers, because I can just like send you a picture. I'm not going to text you thing by thing. And I got really annoyed with just like how she was like doing it and treating me. And it was a thing about FDR. And she was like, why was FDR elected 4 times? And I go, well, because FDR, before he was president, he was homeless. And the people liked him because he was a man of the people. And, you know, they were like, we can trust this guy because he's homeless. And then he promoted all of his homeless friends into the cabinet. And like, you know, that's why the economy turned around, because like regular normal people were like, you know, in charge of economic policy. And like she bought that. She actually bought that and wrote it down and turned it in. And the teacher hated me so much. He gives her a 0. She's like crying. She's like, dude, this is how much this teacher hated me. She went up to him and she was like, it's not my fault. I cheated on the homework off of Ameen. And the guy would routinely tell me that like I was never going to amount to anything because I was lazy. And so he gave me a 0 on my homework and gave her a 100 to punish me for letting her cheat off of me. But she didn't get any punishment. And it was just, dude, he tried to like throw some bullshit at me for the midterm. And I scored the highest in the class. I got like a 110. And a lot of people didn't do well. And then at the end of the year, he changed everyone's grade so that everyone got a 90 on the midterm. And like the way our school worked was like, if you had a B or higher average, you didn't have to take your final. So it boosted everyone's grade. They didn't have to take the final. But I lost 15 points. It destroyed my grade. I had to take the final. And then I got like a 110 on that. He was like asking me like these really, really bullshit questions. And I was like, I know I aced this and you know I did too. And like, that guy fucking, if that guy, I hope he's still alive so I can like just smack him in his old monkey face.
It's amazing how much
of
like
so much
humanity like just hangs on to these like weird grudges. Like, not that it's not like
he fucking sucked so much,
but like, why is he treating you like that to begin with? Like,
because I dropped out of the AP class because I was like, this is so much work. How is everyone doing it? And they were like, oh, you buy someone's homework from the previous year and you just copy all of it. And I was like, oh, I was the asshole who was doing the work for a week. So I dropped and went to the honors class and he was like, you're a lazy piece of shit. And also he was like, I know your friends all like, there were a bunch of suicides in my high school. And, you know, he's like, I know your friend killed himself, but like, you got to get over that. It's been like 4 months. Like, it's time to move on.
Bro.
He's like, you're using this to get out of homework.
What was this guy's name again?
Jack Yankee.
Jack Yankee.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Bro.
He sucked so much and just, I don't know. I hope he's dead, but also I hope he's alive so I can smack him in the face. Have you ever seen the video of the guy who's like, he shows up to a funeral doing a video selfie and he's like, we live at this funeral, like with this guy's whack ass family, brah, brah. And then he walks up to the open casket and he's like, on my mother, say I won't smack him in the face right now. And he leans over and slaps the dead body and then the phone drops and it's like the family fighting him.
Freaking out.
Bro.
It's like
It's just
women like fainting.
Yeah.
It's like, that might have been a bit, I don't know the backstory to that, but like,
great video though.
I would definitely do that if I was home for his wake. I mean, if I found out he was dead and like he was buried near my hometown, like, you know, a short drive away, I'd definitely go piss on his grave.
Dude, that's so funny. I'm like thankful I've kind of gotten a little bit past that part of, because I used to, you know, have like visceral things I'd hang on to for way too long and stuff. And like, even like, for example, like Uncle Bill and stuff, like there's a lot of stuff I could hang on to with that I just don't. And it's just, I don't know, it's just fascinating to me that it's a lot of people's like time and emotions are tied up in like other people fucking them over or like doing wrong by them and like how they're gonna get even.
I mean, I haven't thought about Jack Yankee in years.
Good.
But
hang on, that's good. I'm glad to hear that we're healthfully moving through this, and this is just flared up an old memory.
Yeah,
this is just such a bad experience here today that you remembered it. Okay.
No, that was tricking that one chick, man. That was really funny.
So you just like messing with people. I'll say a lot of things thinking that like no one will take them at face value. Like no one's listening. No one's gonna like if we were all in a group chat
and we had plans to go to the Dana Gould show, for instance, and you dropped out, I would just reply, R.I.P. Sean.
Right.
And if anyone asked, I would be like, oh yeah, Sean died. And even if you're like in the group chat being like, no, guys, I'm still alive, I'd be like, no, Sean got like beheaded by jihadists. Like, it was a whole thing. Like, it's very sad. And, we're going to have a funeral service. And like, I mean, I've literally in group chats before said that like someone couldn't make it because they were beheaded by jihadists. Oh. And people were like, wait, what just happened? Like, yeah, jihadists in Denver, Colorado got our friend before he made it to like Jelly for brunch.
Nice.
And people, like, I don't know why people
take the jihadists for camping outside the Jelly.
Like, yeah, they don't want anyone to have biscuits and gravy. They don't want that.
No. That's
not here.
Not pork biscuits.
Yeah.
Certainly not sausage gravy.
Yeah. But that's just, I don't know. It's just, and my brother and I too are just the kind of people where, like, someone would say something and we would just back it up.
Yeah.
And people would be, well, they're brothers. They're obviously not going to lie on the same team. And then, like, that would happen.
Just completely abusing public trust.
It's just, like, so funny to trick people for no reason.
So, but the basis of the show is true stories, though, right?
Right. So, like, you'll read a story out, so we're submitting them all to my friend Greer. She's a producer. She's going to read the story. She reads it anonymously and, like, remove some gendered language so you can't really tell like whose it is, because some people have brothers, some people have sisters, you change it to sibling, and it's one of those things where I bet it's going to be like the spelling bee, where you see the word on screen and you're like, oh, it's so obvious, like XHYZL, you know what I mean? But then if you don't look at the TV and you hear the word and you try and spell it, you're like, this is impossible, no one could ever do this. And like, everyone in the scene, you see each other like 5-6 times a week at like 10 different places, but like everyone is talking about like fake stuff that they're trying to make sound real. And I feel like a lot of people don't really know each other in a way that'll be really helpful for this. And then it's just going to like almost devolve into personal attacks, because you can't like, you'll hear these stories and you can't really prove anything. You'll just be like, oh, like a story about, I don't know, someone's teacher changing all the grades to fuck them over. You're like, that could have happened to anyone in this room.
Right.
But, you'll be like, well, I could see Sean being like a really annoying kid at high school. I could see, Ameen like being unmedicated ADD just being a problem, and you just, it's going to just evolve into like personal attacks. It'll be a lot of fun though. But it's also too just a lot of comedians have stories that like, it's like you have this really funny story. You tried it once at an open mic. Maybe it was like, the mic was dead, or there were people in the room talking, or you only had 3 minutes, or you tried to do a little like, I don't know, riff with the audience or something. You know what I mean? And then you just like abandon the story because it's like you don't get opportunities to do long form sets. And when you do, it's usually a paid spot. And you're like I'm not in a place where I can like, oh, like you're going to book me on a 10-minute spot. All right, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to do like all new material. Like maybe some bar shows and you know what I mean? But like there are a lot of shows where you probably don't get booked again if you're doing it. Especially like if you've been in the scene a while and people are like, I know that you're not doing like I've seen you do none of that at Comedy Works. Like you didn't do any of your new faces set, a lot of people too are just
it's so toxic, Chris. It's just so toxic.
A lot of people are funny too in a way that like, I mean, there are all kinds of, there are different kinds of funny, we have like comics like Kellen and ALEK SEBALLES who will, they'll really, really commit to an act out. But like roast battle might not be for them, but no one can probably do what they do on stage. And, you've got your podcast and like, you're probably used to working off of someone more than like speaking your jokes into the void. And, also too, it's just, the cool thing is that it doesn't require that much material. Like I love doing roast battle. It's one of my favorite things. And like, I'm always so happy, even weenie roast, you know what I mean? Just like writing roast in general is fun in the competition aspect, but it's like a very time consuming and mentally time consuming thing for like 5 to 10 minutes of stage time. And it's like, I don't know if you ever did it in Wide Right, but like even in DCU, like you do a good roast battle, and it's just like it is a lot of fun to be mean to your friends. But it just, you know, you have to do a lot of work, and I feel like we need a show that is more spontaneous and casual, but also like, I don't know. I don't think that there's a appetite for like having to create all new material for a new kind of show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tough.
And this is just like, and the other cool thing about this, I have to like send out big text on the rules and everything, but you know, we don't want to get like, you know, oh, this is the time I shit my pants, or the time I shit my pants at Comedy Works, or the time I shit my pants at Disneyland. Like, we're actually trying to get like funny, interesting stories, things that you might not remember. And
are you like picking your topic?
Yeah. So I think the theme for this one, because it's October 3rd at Rise, 9:30. You guys should all come and get tickets. You know, since our first show, I was thinking it should, you know, various firsts. I have a lot of stories about, you know, everyone does about the first time of something. And like, you know, everyone has a cool story about the first time they got laid, or the first time they hooked up in a car, some shit. But like, I don't know. I want people to really like, what's it called? Stretch it out almost and like get unique in a way. Like, what about your first field trip? What about your first car accident? Your first broken bone? When was the first time you realized that your family was like insane? The first time you were left unsupervised? Like, everyone has all of these stories too. And it's like,
yeah, I think it's a great idea. I mean, people who are comics have probably lived more, you know, hopefully somewhat of an interesting life, or that they think it's an interesting life. So that should be chock full of stories.
I mean, yeah, we're going to do a lot of different themes, you know, like, so this is like a pilot, like a prove it thing. And if it goes well, Rise will hopefully pick us up to do more.
Okay.
And it'll be, you know, everyone will have a theme, you know, like a Mother's Day episode, a Father's Day thing, or a Mother's Day show, a Father's Day, you know, family fights, the holidays, family vacations, field trips. There's so many comics with anger problems where I feel like there are great stories there.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, some of the people in the scene telling me there's stories about getting sober. It's just like, oh, like you were, you know, like you were a few slaps in the face, or maybe even a punch in the face from your dad away from like shooting Charlie Kirk from 200 yards out. Like there are some people in this scene who are like, you know what I mean? Like you were one head injury away from being like in jail for the rest of your life or something. Like you might actually be a crazy person. And then there's some people who you meet them and you're like, I didn't think you had like that on you. I never thought you got arrested before, you know? And I don't know. Everyone is just so unique. And there's just so much like we're working with ALEK SEBALLES to film a promo thing.
Nice.
And we just like shot him an ID on Instagram and like some pictures from a photography account. We were like, this is a vibe we want. And immediately he just had an idea. And like,
he's the man.
I saw him at Rise. This was last Sunday. Well, I mean, I don't know when this is coming out, but I saw him at Rise last Sunday filming some like
he's doing like working on Vigilante, right?
Vigilante. Tyree's thing, and he ran that room like a professional, getting background audio with a boom mic, with you know, multiple angles, talking about continuity things, like, you know, we have to like, what's it called, calibrate our gyroscopic, you know, cameras and stuff. And like, there are some people in the scene who phone some stuff in, like not the comedy aspect, but you know what I mean? Like maybe promotion or social media posts. But ALEK is not one of them. And it's just like, this is going to like, we haven't even, I don't think we've had a conversation about where we're going to shoot or anything yet. But I just know that it's going to turn out well, because like I've just seen him work on other things where I'm like, oh, you know, like what you are doing. Like you guys have with this studio space, like you have actual, like you have the sound absorption stuff. You've got like, you're decorating it, dude. I love the pink clouds.
You know, we put up this drywall, right? This insulation.
Yeah,
drywall.
dude.
This was us.
I mean, you got the ceiling stuff. You've got all this stuff back here. You're even decorating with the posters. Like there are people in the scene who are like very committed to doing things, and like, you know, we're going to fake it till we make it. And they're, you know what I mean? It's like I'm looking around at this, and I feel like this is going to take off, just because it's like, I don't know. Sometimes you hear about people like going to record, even like
that's a huge compliment. Like just the like, and that's how I feel about ALEK. And just to shoot off,
yeah,
like he is carrying himself like someone who's going to take off. And that's you can not like it or like it, but like the truth is that whole Joe Rogan quote of like, you got to pretend like there's someone fucking following you around with a movie crew and like documenting your life. Like, what are you doing? Are you going about stuff? Or are you just fiddling through your life like passively?
Yeah.
Like and Alek's one of those people where he has made a conscious decision to wake up and be like, no, I get to use my talents towards something I'm interested and excited about.
Yeah.
And you can see it through the work.
And also like my the woman who's helping me produce, Greer, one of my like very good friend, very, very, very talented artist. I mean, like she just sent me she made a poster for the show. She's made so many, and she's made like vinyls and stickers and shit. But like, dude, look at this. This is like this is so well done.
Oh, so sick. Big Mike.
Yeah.
Jeremy Cash.
She sketched all of those people. And I don't know if do we hold it up, or can I text it to you and include it?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you can text it to me and we'll put it up on the screen right here.
And then she also did this one of me. Wait, let me find this is me burning at the stake. So fucking well done.
Yes, dude, I really liked this one.
Yeah, I got that as a sticker because I was just like, I don't put a lot of stickers on my water bottle or my laptop or anything, but I was like, I have to have this one forever. This is so cool. Like, she could have very easily phoned this in, and Canva has like templates where you can just put in headshots, and that's cool if you do that. Like, we're not all graphic designers, we're not all sketch artists, but like, it's just really cool that like, I don't know, it's like, this is technically open mic comedy in Denver, not like Los Angeles or New York or Chicago or
how dare you? How dare you put Chicago in front of us?
Or Austin. But like, I fucking love Denver. I love this scene. There's so many awesome people. But like,
it's a great scene, dude.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that are like at the here's how I'll put it. There are a lot of people that are at the open mic level of comedy that can quickly pop and be at above, faking till you making type of thing.
I mean,
that in this scene.
Oh, there are some people in this scene who I see all the time where I'm like, you're probably going to go as far as you want to in this, unless like addiction or something sidelines you, or you become happy and have like a family or some shit. Or
why is that always the like aside? Like, oh, you can't do this thing if you're, we're supposed to be countercultural, right? As comedians. What's the most countercultural thing you can do as a young person? Get married and start a family right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess just like having commitments other than going to the open mic at 11 p.m.
Yeah, you can't be.
You can't be going to Gong Show and have like a family. I think you do
have to start questioning whether some of those open mics are worth it, though.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it surely puts a lot of things into perspective. I hear like professional comedians like...
And like everybody's on their own paths. It's like, how the fuck do you even know where to... It's just, it's
comedy is also so hard. Comedy also comes in so many different forms. Like, I can't do what Alek and Kellen do. And I don't know if they could host a podcast. I don't know if they could run a game show. Like, Evan Fitzgerald and Aaron Benjamin are both like very, very talented producers. Like, there's just like such a wealth of information in this scene where it's like,
oh yeah,
you don't even need to go to the internet to ask these questions. Like, I had questions about, because when I was trying to do the game show and I pitched it to Rise, they were like, oh, well, we don't know if we can accommodate 5 mics. And I'm... they're like, well, message like the owners and see, because I don't really know how the software thing for it works. I'm not really an AV person. And I just texted Aaron, and he was like, they definitely can. Like, it's not, you don't need to worry about that. There's just like so many, and I'm sure as I do this, hopefully we get to do more. Like, we're just gonna meet so many more, because like, there's just so many original creative people in this scene, and so much of this is just about like standing out and being different. And like, there are probably comics in this scene who like have an idea for a guerrilla marketing campaign that would like really get noticed or something, or an idea for a promo or something. Like, I don't know. There's just so many, we just really have a wealth of like talent. Charlie and I were having this debate the other day.
You and Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, me and Charlie Kirk were having this debate about Denver comedy. No, Charlie Harmony. And
you can't leave it open-ended like that.
Yeah.
If there's one thing you've learned in this hour with me, it's you can't leave things open-ended, or I'll take my swings.
Yeah, I usually do that with people too. It's always really fun to be like, what? That was ambiguously worded. But no, like Charlie and I were having this discussion. Like, do you think that like, you know, we're at a level where we'll see comics out and about who have like, I don't know, 7 to 2 years experience, like, you know, various levels of success in that time. And he was like, if we match up like our top 10 in Denver with like the top 10 in Los Angeles, like at this level, do you think they match up? And he was telling me that he doesn't think they do because like people will flock to Los Angeles and, you know, or New York or Austin or whatever. And I was like, I think those people just have access to like better producers and better, you know, Los Angeles has like a lot of people who want to be editors and directors and, you know, sound people and involved in film. And like, you can probably film some pretty high quality specials and like put out some great clips in Los Angeles and like not be, you know, at the, like people will see the production quality and be like, oh, this must be a really good comic. And then they like watch it and they're like, oh, this person just knows really good like production value. And I think that that's like
there's so much to it. Yeah,
I think too, because like what we're losing, like, you know,
what does it say? Okay,
you know, like show business is leaving Los Angeles and they're filming stuff in Atlanta, and you know, late night's dying. So and SNL and like why do you need to be
dead? Yeah,
why do you need to be in New York other than the Cellar and the Stand and New York Comedy Club and stuff like that? But like, you know, I don't know, we're with podcasts, we're seeing, you know, people like Sam Talent and what's his name in Minnesota? Oh my God, the guy who's dating Kelsey, what is it called? Is it Kelsey Cook?
Is it Pete Lee? I don't know.
No, but he's friends with him. Kelsey Cook boyfriend. Oh my, Chad Daniels.
Oh, Chad Daniels.
Like
so
Chad
good.
Daniels, yeah. And he was like out of Minnesota though, and like I don't know,
there's a lot less geofencing around making it in the modern landscape, and so you don't have to be in one of two markets to have any upward mobility to gain enough traction to get over the hump of money flowing in to invest in you, so to say. Yeah, like you can demonstrate proof of concept in your work and your ideas from wherever now, and then you get the money from New York, LA to flow in, and then you make the jump or whatever.
Like you can be the best comic in like Minnesota or Colorado or Nebraska or some shit, and that's like a actual path to success. Because I remember when I first started out, there were a lot of people being like, well, you have to, like, Comedy Works in Denver is cool and all, but like you're gonna have to go to New York or Los Angeles or Austin, and you're just like, if you want to do comedy at all, you have to accept that that's like the reality of it. And like, I hope it isn't. I don't know. Los Angeles is my brother lives there. It's cool, but like it kind of sucks. Los Angeles is, I feel like, all the best and worst parts of America combined. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
It's like
capitalism turned up to 10.
Yeah. And you see, like, there are businesses in California that I didn't know existed in the rest of the country, like super bail bond stuff. And like, you know what I mean? Like we like rent out healthcare equipment, and it's like this is like, I don't know, it's like the nanny state gone wrong almost, you know? It's the most regulated, I feel like, of the states, but also like, I don't know, it's just, you know, and New York is fun, but there's no outdoors.
Well, it sounds like you're working with a great idea here. It sounds like you've got a great appreciation for the scene and the tools in the scene that can help you get further along the path quicker.
Oh, yeah, dude, I fucking love this scene so much. I mean, we have High Plains coming up, and
I'm volunteering.
I am too.
Hey, Chris,
I'm so excited for
your boy
that.
Gets to be a stage manager this year. I'm above my old door guy stuff. Stage managing this time.
I'm transport.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's an important job.
It is pretty fun. You get to ride with the comics, and some of them have cool views, and some of them are just like very, very anxious about performing.
For sure.
It's like, dude, you don't got to worry. Like, I don't know, everyone here.
But like, that's the whole like true, like the weird truth, this like weird wisdom of life is like the people that don't give a fuck, that move through life like they don't give a fuck, with the supreme confidence that they're on the path that they're meant to be on. It just comes. Yeah. It's like a weird like double-edged thing where like this right mixture of luck and random belief that just ignites.
Yeah. I'm sure some of it is also just like right timing, right place and stuff. But yeah.
For sure. But I mean, even those people, I think you got to kind of blindly walk into accepting at some stage of it.
Yeah.
And like the people that blindly walk into accepting sooner feel like they maybe reach success quicker, or maybe that's all industry plans. And and there's no hope.
I mean, I've seen,
who knows?
I mean, this is going to kind of sound like an insult towards Grayson, but I mean it as a compliment. I've seen him like bomb really, really bad at open mics. And then he'll walk off stage with such confidence that I'm like, oh, you probably couldn't hear the laughs in the back of the room. Like if you could only hear the laughs up front or something. And it was like a dead silent room, but he just walked off so unaffected that I genuinely I must have just not heard the laughs.
Bro,
I must
he's
have been
great.
not. Yeah.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That kind of aura that you have to cultivate.
It just goes off his back like water off a duck. It's so crazy. Are we wrapping up? Or?
We're getting close to the end of this memory card. We can always flip over to the second if we want to. But before we get you out of here, I mean, people all my life, they've been like, hey, how's the weather up there? Can I get a couple inches? And so you've heard of England. They do the knighting thing over there. Here at Top Shelf Studios, I'm doing the hiding.
Ooh.
Because all my life, people have been giving me shit about my height. I've now got this prefrontal lobe. I'm like, oh man, I'm driving a vehicle. I'm waking up in a meat suit every day. And I look out in this climate of this crazy world we're in. I'm like, we're all judging each other almost more than anything else on the size, color, and shape of these meat suits.
Yeah.
It's just very silly to me. So after a long form conversation, I'm pleased to give you a heart height. How tall do you stand physically? I mean,
6'3".
Tall drink of water.
Mm-hmm.
Ameen Mustafa, I heart height thee 7 foot.
Oh,
you got a big open heart.
Damn.
Gotta love and appreciation. This is a guy that doesn't want to get caught up on the negativity. He'll happy to acknowledge it, but not going to get caught up in it. And I'm happy that you're in our scene and
Thank
that
you.
You're part of Denver comedy, dude.
I am too. Yeah. I'm happy. I mean, I told this to Humphreys the other day, but it's like Humphreys, JoJo, Addie, Cesare. There's so many people where it's like we were never ever meet if it wasn't for comedy. And that's what's so cool. Like we have all these different people. That's what's going to make Witch Hunt so cool is Addie has stories where you're like, you forget oh, you've lived an entire life before you started comedy. Like JoJo, I'm sure, has found himself in only JoJo pride. You know what I mean?
For sure, dude.
I want a camera following JoJo just because I feel like he lives in a different world than us.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Where,
love it.
I feel like he just finds money on the ground more often than us or something. You know what I mean? Like JoJo's reality is slightly different.
Dude, he's the man.
He's so funny.
Where can the people check you out and follow you?
I have Instagram. It's Stop It Ameen. Also, Witch Hunt Show. That's the big one. We're trying to get that social media to take off. And then I run an open mic on Mondays at Long Table in Park Hill. 5:30 sign up, 6 p.m. start. It's a great place to check or to try out new material. It's a lot of comics who will throw tags at you or almost force you into crowd work. I saw JoJo and Tyree get into a shouting match. There was the funniest thing. It's a great room for new material if you want to get an early mic done on Monday. But Stop It Ameen on Instagram and Witch Hunt Show premiering October 3rd at Rise. Check it out, guys.
Go to that show October 3rd. If you want to hear more of him, see him eat, folks. Patreon.com/InTALLerable.
You don't have to watch me eat. You don't have to do that.
Do it. Go over there. $2 a month. Get on that first run.
Can you blur it out and then people who pay $4 a month can actually see?
We'll see. I'll see. We might not be on that production level yet, but we'll see.
Maybe distort the audio too. It's like, man, he sounds like a bones going through a garbage disposal right now.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, fuck off and be well.